and say, well, I just want to make sure all my bases are covered when it's time to go. But I feel that, you know, I can learn from everybody. Everybody I can learn from. And if it's a good tool that they're passing down, I'm going to grab it. You know, I can learn from a beggar on the street, if you want to call it that, an indigent. I can learn from everybody. So here I am, and at the end of that time, I left. It was beautiful. Indian people, I was just sitting there in lotus position and praying under the Buddha tree and just in a total meditation, and people were coming up to me with a lotus flower and saying, you are Buddhist. And I just was so overwhelmed and touched. And I said, I have no money. You know, being an American, you think you got to pay for everything. I have no money. No money. No money. I pull up, no. You are Buddhist. You are Buddhist. And it just touched my soul. I said, oh, that's beautiful. My mother's not here. I'm being called a beautiful thing, accepted by these beautiful people. There's power in this. It's really very soothing to my soul. When I left that day, I have to actually go back and go into like a semi-meditative state to recall correctly what actually happened. They had the most magnificent transcendence. I don't do LSD, don't need LSD, because I have experiences like this. I'm leaving, I'm turned around, Spirit says, turn around, look at the three women. I'm like, what three women? And I see three women. I go, this is really weird. They all look the same. And I go, they don't look very good. And they just listen. And all of a sudden their spirit comes up to me one by one and says, I want you to know, I'm here to tell you that I'm just sitting in front of you, but you should know, Spirit, there's one that's always with you. And then it goes back into the body. Then another one, and comes up to me and says, I am only with you when I say I need to be with you. But when I'm with you, it's because it's very necessary for me to be with you. And then goes back. And then this one comes the same way, like just a soul comes to me and says, I am with you upon your asking. And then it went back. So to answer your question, is there only one? That day, I learned I had three. They all come in the same voice. I don't know, but I do know that when I was in Atlanta, and I was part of a Buddhist monastery there. I studied there for 4 years. There was Avalokiteshvara, who is a deity that is actually the descendant of the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama is 14th descendant of the Avalokiteshvara. And I could go in front of that deity. At first, it was the first one to talk to me. And then the second one was the medicine Buddha would talk to me, give me things that were coming up if I needed to worry about something. If I'm meeting a person, one time I took a person in there and they said, this person's not your boyfriend, get rid of him. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then the third one would tell me, oh yeah, it's good you're here because you need me right now, and I am the third one that only comes when I need to come. And I was like, whoa, this is for real. And it happened that I had that week, my whole place flooded from 3rd floor down, every single inch of it. I had to rebuild a brand new place. And I was devastated because it's not the first unfortunate rodeo I didn't want to drive or be in, a part of. And it was like, it had come to me. So you get like one thing, the occurrence, and it's like a string. Then comes again at the Buddhist monastery to tell me, yeah, I'm here now not because you asked. Now I need to be there for you. And you will be fine. You are strong. You can do it. You will live this day and move on. I mean, it was devastating. Just moved to a new place. We got all that. But I believe in I believe very strongly that whatever serves you is something to believe and hold on to dearly, because you have enough, we all have enough just living in this life here. That's hard and difficult. And if it helps you, whether it's holding a rock or turning the chair around 3 times, whatever it is, finding something that day and seeing it as a symbol from a loved one, make everything count. You know, the positive. Focus on the positive. If I didn't focus on the positive and know that at age 4, I was going to write this book, and I've got 2 more coming, I wouldn't have a reason to live. I gave myself a reason to live. Yeah. So, I would like to give I think what I'd like to do is, you tell me, I have 2 pages I would like to read, which is an explanation of like this, what it's like to have the 6th sense, or we can go into a meditation. Which would you rather have first? You want meditation? I heard geez, let's do meditation.
Oh, really? She's so like cool to me. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so get comfy.
She's
You want
cool.
to sit cross-legged, lotus position, whatever. I'm just gonna get up for 1 second.
Lotus
and
position is
clear
almost
the
like
energy out of
crisscross
the room.
applesauce, but
Even though
it's
good,
usually one
I'm
foot
always better
Here in
having
the